you've decided to join the gym. Fantastic, amazing, welcome aboard. So you have two options. Commercial gym, you know, just the basic gym on the high street. You've got Pure Gym, The Gym, JD Gym, or you've got your more expert bodybuilding gyms. You know, you've got Ultraflex, you've got other ones dotted around in the country. We're very lucky in the UK to have those. So in this video, we're going to break down some pros and cons of each and see what's right for you. All right, two things that will basically be non-negotiable. So if those two things are basically lining up with one gym in your area, then it doesn't matter if it's a bodybuilder gym or a commercial gym, that's the one you have to go to. One of them being, how is the commute? Can you get there after a really, really difficult day at work? You know, you're stressed out, you come home and you have to drive another 30, 40 minutes to this gym. Likely are you gonna go there? So number one being the commute. Now, number two is the times you're able to get a workout in. Is the gym completely packed, right? I know what you're thinking, between 5 and 6, but 5 and 7, every gym is packed. You know, that is true. However, I have personally been to gyms that have been bodybuilding and commercial that are definitely way busier than another gym that I've been to at the same time. Is that gym basically going to cater for you? And are you someone that needs to be in and out really quickly? Are you okay to wait for a while on the machines? Are you okay to jump in with people? So you need to basically see those two things. Now, like I say, if those two things only line up with one gym in your area, then that's the gym you go to. So you have no choice. After you found a selection of your gyms now, so you might have narrowed it down to, let's say, 2 commercial gyms, 1 bodybuilding gym, or however many. Now you're more than halfway there. So yeah, let's start with these commercial gyms, okay? The chains that you see around the country. Now, first of all, if you're someone that's basically getting into bodybuilding or training after watching some of these fake naturals that you see online, or you think you're going to be able to have a great physique in a year or 2 years' time, then I would personally say for that person, do go to a commercial gym first, okay? I'll tell you why. Because of your environment, the mindset that you already have, or the things that you're exposed around, going into a bodybuilding gym, you're going to accelerate your body dysmorphia, because while you're trying to learn the ropes and you know, pick things up, no pun intended, you're going to find that some of these physiques in these bodybuilding gyms are truly world-class, elite. Chances of your local gym having one of these people, maybe a few of these people that may be competing in a few years, that have already competed, that are powerlifters, that are British national champions, is quite high. Okay, so if you're someone that's going to be fast-tracked, you may feel the intimidation when you're there, or you may see by the time you've learned, you know, this is not a short-term game, it may be a case of where you've already picked up some sort of body dysmorphia and you're not really confident in yourself anymore, which will cause a whole host of other problems. So for that person, go to a commercial gym. I've seen some really, really good physiques there, some absolute monsters and some champions in there too, but the likelihood of that, as you can understand, will be a lot less than it would be at a bodybuilding gym. Okay, now this is also for the commercial gym. If you are someone that's already self-conscious, like on a deep level, that you've had concern in the past, maybe even bullied, things across that nature in your past, or someone that's just not athletic at all. So if you're someone that's just been gaming for the rest of for the life before this, and now you're looking to get into fitness, I would suggest going to a commercial gym. Low bar to entry, everyone most likely will be on the same page. There'll be a lot more people that will be similar to you, and you can ease yourself into that lifestyle and see if you like it first of all as well, rather than chucking yourself straight into the deep end. There's one big advantage of a commercial gym that no bodybuilding gym will offer you. Okay, this is going to be a big one. All right, if you are someone that is always on the move, maybe you work at an airport, or you're an air hostess, or you're in some sort of sales that you have to go to these people, go to other companies for meetings quite a lot, then a commercial gym will be unbeatable, right? These are chains of gyms. Like if you join a Pure Gym, I'm sure you can get like a membership plus version, for example, that will give you access to every gym in the country. That's a Pure Gym. So if you're, for example, living in London and you go down to a trip to Manchester, you go to Sheffield, you go somewhere else, Nottingham, you go anywhere, there is 100% chance, I'm going to go and say that, there's 100% chance there's a Pure Gym in that city. So you will not have to worry about a change of equipment, change of plans. You can literally pick your life up as it is wherever you are. You can go to a different city and resume, and nothing will be any different because they all carry the same machine. So if that's something if that's something you do need, then the argument ends here. Commercial gym will be the best for you. And another pro for commercial gyms are that the bang for buck is crazy. Okay, for commercial gyms, that's unbeatable. You can probably pay somewhere around 20 to 35, 30 pounds maybe on these commercial gyms, and you get access to almost everything they have to offer. It could be, you know, these little juice bars. You might have some not that kind of juice. You have, you get these massage services, you may get sauna, you may get a swimming pool, you may get access to, other things and perks and offers and things like that. You're more likely to get that with a commercial gym. Of course, now there are some downsides, okay? If you're a serious lifter and you're looking to do maybe something like this, like a fitness channel, or you're looking to watch your form, or you've got an online coach that you really, really trust that's not in this country, that's in a different country, that requires you to send them videos and all, you are more likely not to be able to pull out a tripod in these environments. Now, a lot of these people that join commercial gyms, I'm not generalizing, but from what I've seen personally, I've been in a few around the country, it's not the norm to pull your tripod out. And then when you do see the commercial gym like Instagram pages or YouTube comments, everyone is very unanimous in saying the fact that tripods need to be left at home. It's not a fashion show, you can't be recording yourself. So that is going to be something that you may have to work around. You may have to speak to the manager at your gym, but then obviously you have the members that come to the gym that may feel like you're, violating their privacy in a way where they don't want to be in your footage, and you don't want to be in your camera for whatever reason you're doing this for. So that's something to watch out for. And obviously another one is the equipment is not going to be the best. Okay, you're signing up to a commercial gym. These companies, it's kind of like McDonald's, right? There's a McDonald's literally just the same as these commercial gyms, but at a bigger scale, everywhere in the world, any country you go to. Even I'm sure Ethiopia, no hate to any of these Ethiopians watching, even they would have McDonald's, right? They're everywhere. McDonald's is everywhere. So the food quality, you will notice, is not as good as, let's say, your local burger spot. You have these, like, let's say you've got smash burger places around your city. There's quite a few doctors around here in the Midlands. The quality of food will be just way better than you would get with a McDonald's sort of thing. So just the same, speaking about food, just the same, your commercial gym equipment won't be as, high end. For example, you go to these bodybuilding gyms, you find tons of equipment from Hammer Strength, Cybex, Watson, and so be it. Whereas you'd go to these commercial gyms, you're probably going to find something very bog standard, Matrix, Techno Gym, I'm not sure what others they use, and those will be the pieces mainly. Now, as if you're a beginner, which you are, and you're choosing a gym, it doesn't really matter too much right now. Some of these commercial gyms as well, that's another thing, is they may have contracts that will basically be more attractive than doing a pay-as-you-go option, for example. Now, I don't want to call any gym out, but I am sure there used to be a plan with JD Gym where if you did a contract, a 12-month contract, you were looking to pay significantly less. So it would be around £7 a month less than you would if it was completely open, plus no joining fee. So if you want the best deal possible, you'd have to most likely be locked into some sort of a contract. One thing you can't match with a bodybuilding gym as well, so you're looking at the overall vibe. Remember I spoke about the tripod. You can't have the tripod out recording yourself because it can sort of annoy people, and rightly so. Obviously they have the right to their own space, that's completely fine. Now the environment similarly is very different. You're likely to see people that are so those people that I said earlier, you may be intimidated or a bit more insecure, or you're not too serious about this lifting game. So what you may see at a commercial gym, again, this is my experience personally, you may have a different experience, your commercial gym may be like completely different to mine. But from what I've seen personally, because that's what I can speak about, there will be people on their phone. Okay, there'll be people on like 4 machines at the same time. I mean, there'll be 4 people on one machine at the same time. You may see a lot of people just not really seriously training. So when you're a beginner, you're looking at people do exercises, you may pick up bad habits here and there. And like I said before, there's some physiques in there that will be completely mind-blowing. But on average, it's not going to be comparable to a bodybuilding gym. And who should then skip this completely and just go to a bodybuilding gym? Okay, these things will determine if that is you. Firstly, obviously, it's a given. If you're someone strictly, driven by environment, you want that raw feel where there's weight slamming everywhere, everyone in there's a serious lifter, and you just want to get stuck in and have the full experience of a bodybuilding or lifting culture. There's no way there's any gym that's better. You have copyright music playing. There's none of this music. Oh, music is a big one. Yeah, copyright music playing. That will basically be from all your old classics. You have Biggie, Tupac on there. You may have some playlists that have rock music on there. You can probably potentially request your music. And, people are more likely to give you that gritty training feel. And that can rub off a lot, especially if you're a beginner. Remember, if you go to a school, for example, you're shaped very much like those people around you. You go to your workplace, you're shaped very much like those people around you. So it'll be the same. It can't be a case where, you probably could be an outlier, but to give yourself the best chance or learn the most possible, you're most likely better off putting yourself in a environment that you're going to dive headfirst in. And if you're that person that would feel comfortable doing that, the bodybuilding gym has to be your go-to. This is a big one. Equipment. Like we spoke about the commercial gyms not having any specialized equipment, This, on the other hand, will. And if you gel with the equipment, so one of my gyms, I unfortunately moved too far away, so it fell out of my criteria of the commute, had a belt squat, and that was my favorite lifting variation. So that had that exercise there, and my rest of the program was built around that because that was my favorite exercise. So if you visit one of these bodybuilding gyms and some of the equipment there is really, really good that you do enjoy, you can very well be sure that that will be your gym for the next few years. And then, yeah, it's just high quality, dedicated equipment. So you'll have some big brands in there. Like I said, Watson, you got your Cybex, you have Hammer Strength. So all these companies make some world-class equipment. All the athletes that you probably know and love, Dorian Yates, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Mensa, all these people would have trained in these USA built machines. So that's what you have. You have access to the best of the best. And a big one from what I've noticed is a very, very judgment-free zone. Now, this is a big one. Because when I was very, very new, the amount of people that came out and sort of helped me because I was doing things wrong. I couldn't even lift the bench, I couldn't even lift the bar when I was brand new. But there was people sort of helping you in a judgment-free zone because they are so serious about this lifting thing. When they see someone not knowing anything at all, it kind of hurts them a little bit that someone's there that they don't understand or know things. So you will potentially have a lot of people not giving you like, you're doing it wrong, do this properly. It's in a different way. And because when you become part of a club, a gym like that, you kind of become part of a family, from the feeling that I get whenever I attend a bodybuilding gym. As well as you may feel like you're being judged, especially if you've got your tripod out. You may feel like it, but truly, realistically, no one's judging you. Everyone is there for their own sole goal, and they are quite serious about lifting. They will most likely mind their own business, or if you're doing something completely wrong that will probably cause you an injury, then they will probably jump in, and someone probably needs to jump in if that is the case. Their memberships with the bodybuilding gyms are often more simple, right? You probably have 2 options, right? Or maybe 3 or 4, but there's not like an endless, this will give you that, this will give you this, you can't freeze this, you can't freeze that. You probably have like your go-to pay-as-go membership, which may be slightly more expensive, same as a commercial gym. Then you have your contract, or then you have like your special membership where you're sort of NHS, or if you're a student. So they most likely have that. So things are a bit more simpler that way. And I've often noticed they're way more easy if you have a chat with the person at the front or the owner. If you want to jump in and out of each membership, most likely they'll be fine if there's like a special reason. I had it once with my gym. It was a 12-month contract, but I was moving away to a different city. So for me, what happened was I told them that, and they were completely fine. I didn't have to do any legal things or any emails. I just spoke to the guy. He pressed the button on his system, and it was all done. Now, obviously, it's no singing and dancing. I'm not biased, even though I go to a bodybuilding gym. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is very intimidating. When I was very, very new, I think I trained at a normal gym, a commercial gym, or I think it was a leisure center for about 4 or 5 months. But the following time I was at a bodybuilding gym, it was very, very nerve-wracking. Now, if I didn't have a gym partner, I don't think I could have gone on my own, because as a young person or as a beginner, you have no idea what to expect. It's kind of like you don't know how to drive yet. You're trying to learn how to drive, but you're at like a F1 circuit all of a sudden. It's kind of like that sometimes. No one's expecting that performance of you, which is cool, but then in the environment you're in, it can get quite intimidating. You see these big dudes. If that's something that doesn't motivate you or scares you instead, then obviously you got to watch out for that one. One more thing is, if you're a athlete that's not doing bodybuilding on its own, if you're like a hybrid athlete, which is quite a new thing at the moment, or if you're someone that's like wants high quality cardio equipment as well, some of these bodybuilding gyms don't have that. They will put more focus on like a high quality lat pull down, a row, a bench press. They'll put more money into that, because you've got to understand these places are privately owned. So no matter how much you pay, you might pay on the upper end for Ultraflex, for example. They will have a really good cardio range. However, when you go to like your average bodybuilding gym, you may not have the best treadmill, for example, or row equipment, or when something breaks on those side of things, cardio side of things, the urgency will be a lot less. So you need to see what you're training for. Powerlifting and hypertrophy, sort of seriously bodybuilding training, you may be fine, because most of us do steps outside as well. But when it rains or it snows and you need good high quality cardio equipment, if that's your forte as well, then you may be kind of in the middle. You may need to see your specific gym and see if they can offer that for you. So who wins? The answer is, it completely depends on you. Like I said throughout this whole video, I was giving you some pros and cons about each and either. It completely depends on what suits your needs. There's no right or wrong answer. At the beginning, I also said there's some great physiques at a commercial gym, and I've also said there's some great physiques at a bodybuilding gym. So it completely depends on you, okay? I know this is a bit of a cop-out. I'll tell you my opinion at the end. But you know, all in all, the best thing to do is think about commercial gym, quick, easy to get to, quite cheap and cheerful. If you're not sure you're gonna stick to something, or you want to test something out but you're not sure if you like it, new and you're trying to build confidence, so yeah, all those things, consider a commercial gym. Choose a bodybuilding gym if you're trying to make content. Maybe you're super serious about lifting, you've got a coach that needs more content from you in terms of videos and all, you're more about the environment and what's around you and you will learn that way, and you want access to the best equipment even though you may not need it, and future-proof, then go to a bodybuilding gym. The single best thing I could say is, even at the commercial gyms or bodybuilding gyms, just visit them. Get a day pass. Commercial gyms don't really have the day pass as far as I'm aware, but just visit, have a tour, get someone to show you around in there and see what gym resonates with you most. When I moved into the city, I went to a few gyms because obviously it's a long-term thing. Once you choose your machine, your gym, you have a set of machines that you're going to work on, and you can't afford to not like any of them or most of them, because then you're stuck in that gym. You need to have everything that works for you. So have a tour of all these gyms, see which gym talks to you. When you step into the gym, you'll know where you see yourself training a lot more, because you'll go to the gym at your busy time and you'll ask them for a tour. When you look around, you'll be able to see around, you'll be able to observe, is there lots of tripods? Because you very well might be the person that doesn't want tripods around. So you may see, you know what, no one's using a tripod, it seems quite private. This area that I'm going to spend more time in, like the cardio section, for example, is very quiet. This is the gym I want to go to. So do that. Don't sign up to something online. I know everything's so easy online. Go out in person. See these places in person, because that's where you're going to spend your time. So the best gym, it's not the one that's going to have loads of TikTok followers and you know, viral videos and trends from the staff members some of these commercial gyms have. It's going to be the one that serves your needs. Me personally, I'm a bit of a snob, and I always pick a bodybuilding gym, and that's because I just love lifting, and I've sort of fallen in love with the history of it, and hopefully on my way to the advanced stage as well, I can stick at a bodybuilding gym, because that's my personal preference. And if I've missed anything, or if you think I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. Let's have a chat, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace out.